Are you ready to end your long-term relationship with credit cards? Then you are going to love this video. Today I'm sharing 5 specific things that you can do today to break up with your credit cards. By the end of this video, you'll be ready to take action and say goodbye forever. This topic is particularly near and dear to my heart because I had a really unhealthy relationship with credit cards. Back in 2009, I had nearly $20,000 in credit card debt, and it wasn't the debt itself that caused me so much stress and discomfort. It was the fact that I didn't know how to get through the month without them. So the debt was one thing, but the relationship with a card on a monthly basis was something completely different. So if this is you, if you feel like you don't know how to get through the month without using a credit card or credit cards, plural, then this video is going to be so helpful for you because we're really going to look at the relationship during the month. We're really going to look at what it is that you need to do to manage the month without the card. And paying off the debt, of course, is a bonus. But the most important thing, I think, for me when I was going on my own debt-free journey was how do I operate without the cards in the first place? So each one of these strategies that I'm sharing today helped me pay off thousands of dollars in credit card debt, and they've helped my clients do the exact same thing. Before we get started, my name is Katie. Thank you so much for being here on my channel. I'm a financial coach, and my goal is to help women really improve their habits and behaviors with money so they can save more money, pay off more debt, and really reach those financial goals and live that rich lifestyle that they so desire. All right, so number 1, let's let go of the need to have a zero balance. So what I see happening with a lot of my clients is they have a zero balance on their credit cards for a time, and then things happen, emergencies come up, and that balance starts to creep up and up and up. And every time it creeps up, there's more of this panic, there's more of this anxiety to pay off more and more and more without blinking an eye, without having a plan for how the month is going to operate and what else might be coming along that you need your cash for. In an effort to pay off a balance, you are turning around and having to use the credit card again anyway. When we just react to a balance, when we get all emotional about it and reactive to it, we end up spending cash that we actually need, throwing it at a card, and then winding up right back where we started, needing to use the card again and probably going above and beyond what we were going to pay cash for anyway. The balance on the credit card is not the issue. The use of the credit card each month is. And so I don't want you to worry so much about the zero balance. I want you to worry about what is causing the use of the credit card in the first place. Now, if you are at the point where you're not using your credit cards at all and you're just working on paying off debt, that's awesome. This video isn't necessarily for you. I'm talking to the woman who is still using her credit card because she can't break that cycle. She's still working on how do I operate with money that I do have? How do I get through the month paying my bills without having to use a credit card in the first place? So number 1, let's let go of that need to have a zero balance. We need to have a plan for getting through the month without using the credit card first. Then we will work on paying off the debt down to zero. So if you are one of those people who is throwing any extra dollar that you have towards any credit card that's pissing you off at any particular moment, and I was that person, I would just add extra here, add extra there whenever I had it without a bigger plan, that can actually backfire and sabotage your efforts. So don't worry so much about the zero balance. Make sure you have a greater plan for what you're going to tackle first and focus on one thing at a time. Okay, number 2, and this is a bit of a mindset hack, but let's look at the credit card for what it actually is. A device that has basically programmed your brain to think there's an unlimited pit of money somewhere for you to just use at your will. That's not what it is, actually. It's actually not an emergency fund. It's actually not a helpful tool. And it's actually not a good source of miles or points or whatever else you're trying to squeeze out of it. This is something that is causing you anxiety, stress, frustration, and a whole lot of financial trouble. So please look at this credit card as something that we don't want in our life. The more that you can think of it as something that is hurting you and not helping you, the better. And that might sound obvious, but I know a lot of people hold on to a credit card or think they need to have it in case of an emergency. It is not an emergency fund. please, let's take the time to save up a bit of an emergency fund. That is one of the very best ways that you can start to cut ties with a credit card. It's a Band-Aid. It might bail you out, but it is not going to fix a problem. All right, number 3, remove every single automated bill or payment that is being charged to your credit card. So all of your necessities, all of your regular monthly bills and payments, everything should be coming out of your checking account, not linked to a credit card. So you can link it to a debit card. That's basically the same as your checking account, but don't link anything to your credit card. Let's not depend on it for any of our bills. Totally de-link anything at all from your credit card. Make sure everything is actually coming out during the month from money that you have, from your checking account, from your debit account. So something that I see here is that a lot of people get really stuck where they don't know how to plan the month ahead because they still have to pay off last month. And this is where number 1 is really important, where we're not going to worry about that zero balance. We're just going to leave the balance on the credit card and start planning the next month ahead with money that we already have. So de-link everything from the credit card. Make sure that your bills are coming out of your checking account or off your debit card, and don't worry about that balance for now. We're going to get to it. All right, number 4. Contact the credit card companies. If there are any cards that you are paying a ridiculous amount of interest on, or even an amount of interest that you don't feel good about, let them know that you would like it lowered. Let them know you've been a good customer. Let them know that you've got other offers from other companies to transfer your balance and you're willing to do that. You know, it might take a few phone calls, but take that action. Call each company. Let them know that you are ready to pay off your debt. Annoy them with your budget. Annoy them with your plan. I don't care. But let them know that you are serious, and let them know that you are going to pay that off and you want to do it with less interest. Who's going to give you the best deal as you work on paying off your debt over the next several months? Let them know that you're serious and that you have other offers and that you are ready to really take action and get this thing paid for, and which company is going to be there as you do that. Okay, and then last but not least, and this is the most important piece of the plan, know what you are working on first. What is the problem you need to be solving right now with your money? So once you've decided to cut ties with your credit cards, really get laser focused on what you're going to do next. When we decide to break up with our credit cards, it can be so easy to just cut them all up and then start spinning our wheels trying to pay them all off and getting really excited about that. And believe me, I know how that feels, and I think it's amazing. You might be the kind of person who can just cut them up and that's it forever. But I really want you to have a plan. It's not just about cutting up your credit cards and saying, I'm done. You have to then take the action to go through the month without needing to use them. Go through the month without kicking yourself. Go through the month without feeling really pinched and pressured. So know what you're focused on in the coming month. I'm recording this end of April. In May, what is coming up? What do we need to prepare for? If you don't put a single dollar towards your credit cards above the minimums, that's okay, as long as you're not using them, right? We just want to get comfortable not needing our credit card and knowing that we can pay for life, cash flow, what is coming at us. You will pay these things off. You will figure it out. But start with one thing at a time. You might want to build up a bit of an emergency fund first if you don't have one. That is going to be even more insurance that you won't use your credit cards. So what is it that you need to feel comfortable, relaxed about not using your credit cards? So let me know in the comments below. Have you tried breaking up with a credit card in the past? And if so, how did it go? What are some tips that you can share that helped you with the end of your credit card relationship? Okay, friends, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that. I will be back next week with another video, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye for now.